Yo, Hoopalings, Hoopa here, and with Pokemon Legends Z A set for release next year, I figured I would talk about Mega Evolution, and why is it so popular? Why do people love it so much? What is the lore? And why does it seem so painful? Well, that's what we're talking about today. But before we get started, I would like to personally apologize. Normally my videos come out every Monday, and unfortunately this time, a lot of things messed up. I couldn't record it right, nothing was working well, and then I had to rewrite the entire script. So, here we are, it's Friday, so yeah, hopefully I'm back on schedule next week, if not week after next. I'm hopeful. So I hope you guys stick with me on that one. It's just been rough. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's just been rough. So, without any further ado, let's get into Mega Evolution, shall we? Now, we all know Mega Evolution, right? Everyone loves it, or at least it's a major discussion piece when it comes to Pokemon games and the new features that come with each new game release. Even going as far as comparing these gimmicks to Mega Evolution. With that being said, why is Mega Evolution so popular? Well, there's a lot of factors when it comes to this particular gimmick. And before you guys type down in the comment section, Mega Evolution isn't a feature. It might have been an X and Y, but it is not a feature now. A feature is something that you get with every subsequent game after the introduction of that feature, i.e. Mega Evolution, or even Z-Moves, G-Max, anything else. As of recently, every new gimmick in Pokemon is just going to be that, a gimmick. As of writing this, however, only 13 games have Mega Evolution. Those are Pokemon X and Y, Sun and Moon, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Ultra Sun and Moon, Pokemon Picross, and Super Mystery Dungeon. And those are just some examples. There are fan games, but we don't talk about fan games. I love them, but don't want to get in trouble. Of all these examples, only 8 of them are mainline games though, and the rest are side titles. But what makes it so popular? Well, the major things that come from what I've gathered comes down to 3. Cool design, the lore of Mega Evolution, and its impact on competitive play. Now, let's start off with the competitive aspect here, because Mega Evolution was a massive game changer for competitive, and here's why. Pokemon that can Mega Evolve like Metagross, Houndoom, Gallade, and Blastoise all gain 100 additional points to their base stat total, or BST, making these Pokemon on par with pseudo-legendary Pokemon, or in some cases, legendary Pokemon. Pokemon, however, like Metagross or Salamence greatly outrank base legendaries in terms of BST, with Metagross and Salamence's BST reaching 700. Now, I know for 100% fact that all pseudo-legendary Pokemon get base stat totals of 700, but Metagross and Salamence are really good examples, mainly because they're the most used, and they're personally my favorites, of course. When it comes to competitive play, no other gimmick has been as, or more popular, than Mega Evolution. While gimmicks like Z-Moves and G-Max saw a lot of competitive play, and Terastallization, while second to Mega Evolution when it comes to my personal favorites, sees more play than the last two, mainly because the last two aren't around anymore, no other gimmick has more fanfare than Mega Evolution. And no one can deny the massive impact it had in the competitive scene in Gen 6 and 7. And that's just the truth. That's just flat out pure the truth. I love Terastallization, for example. Terastallization is by far just, if you're talking about just viability, the fact that every Pokemon can Terastallize and there's only 46 different Pokemon, maybe more, we don't have Z-Day yet, can Mega Evolve? Just availability wise, Terastallization is technically better. So, that's just me, personally. So, yeah. Yo! Before we continue on with the video, how about you guys consider shadow punching that like button if you like the video? And if you guys want to see more videos like this, or other videos that I'm going to be doing on Legends Z A, or something else, how about you guys, oh, I don't know, break swipe that notification bell and subscribe button? It only takes a second, but it helps me out a lot. It shows me that you guys want to see more videos. and it lets me know that you guys do enjoy the content I make. So, back to the video. Now, let's talk about cool designs. Everyone likes a cool design, whether it's paintings, statues, modern art, houses, cars, and so much more. Mega Evolved Pokemon are in the same boat. When Mega Evolution was introduced, it breathed new life into Pokemon that otherwise would have never been used. Now, we have some major exceptions, like Charizard, Metagross, Rayquaza, but Pokemon like Pidgeot, Beedrill, and Houndoom would have probably never seen use outside of a hardcore fan's team or a Nuzlocke. Let's be honest here. Well, Houndoom and Pidgeot at least. Poor Beedrill isn't worth much at all. Let's be honest here. Bug-type Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 9 all suck. And unless they're legendary-ish Pokemon like Volcarona, but we don't talk about Volcarona. Volcarona is the sun god. So, now, hang on a minute before I get flamed in the comments. Listen, I know there are Beedrill fans. I like Mega Beedrill. I like Beedrill's original design. It's really, really neat. But it doesn't help the fact that bug-type Pokemon still suck, and Beedrill is no exception. So, let's all be grown here. Let's all be mature adults talking about a children's game. I applaud you, Beedrill fans. But, I mean, Beedrill's, it sucks. Let's be honest here. It does. But what's interesting about Mega Evolution in general is that many fans' favorite Pokemon also got Mega Evolutions. Pokemon like Absol, Gardevoir, Gallade, Aggron, and Garchomp. Just to name a few. With the previously mentioned 46 Pokemon able to Mega Evolve, it's not surprising to see why it's so popular with many fans, including me. Now, finally, I want to talk to you about the lore of Mega Evolution and why none of it makes any sense. Like, I'm going to do a separate video just on the lore of Mega Evolution and why it doesn't make any sense, but I kind of want to talk to you guys about it in this video because there is no explanation in any section for Mega Evolution that lines up. If you read from X and Y, you get one set of lore, and if you read an Oris, you get a whole separate monster. And I do want to touch a little bit on Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon's Pokedex entry for certain Pokemon because yeah, it's wild. For those who don't know, some of you might not, but if you don't, you're in for a real treat. I promise. So, Mega Evolution is a phenomenon that allows certain Pokemon that have a strong bond with their trainer bring out their latent power and evolve past their final stage, creating a Mega Pokemon. Of course, many of these Pokemon must be holding a Mega Stone, while the trainer must have a Keystone to unlock this new and powerful form. According to the explanation given to us in Pokemon X and Y, Megastones were created 3,000 years ago after the King of Kalos, in his anger, used those who took his precious Pokemon away from him and activated the weapon, and ended the war going on at the time. And in doing so, turning every one of these factioned Pokemon to stone because he drained their life force. Trust me, there's nothing about Mega Evolution that is normal. So, yeah, it's very interesting, but it's gonna get darker and it's gonna get weirder, I promise. I promise. The discharge of power turned normal evolution stones into the Mega Stones that we use in Pokemon X and Y. This is all just speculation though, because it's even stated by Professor Sycamore that Mega Evolution is a phenomenon that only happens in Kalos, which we know for a fact isn't the case, because we can Mega Evolve in Kanto, we can Mega Evolve in Alola, and we can Mega Evolve in Hoenn. So, that is obviously just a theory. Not funny? Okay, I'm sorry. Speaking of Hoenn, the explanation we get in Oris is completely contradictory to what we were given in X and Y. According to Xenia, a Drachnid, which is a brand new thing in Pokemon Oris, which apparently Cynthia is a Drachnid, I guess. I don't know. It was meteors that brought about Mega Evolution. The only solidity to this is Rayquaza doesn't need a Mega Evolution Stone to evolve, because it eats the meteors, giving it the ability to Mega Evolve. Now, I'm going to try to timeline this out. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because there's nothing about the lore of Mega Evolution that makes sense. The time doesn't even add up. You have X and Y saying it's 3,000 years. You have Oris saying it was 1,000 years. None of it makes any sense. But one of the things I could probably chalk it up to, honestly, let's take Xenia's. Let's take Xenia's, for example. Xenia's explanation could be a folktale passed down in a village, whereas Sycamore's could be scientific history, right? So we have a little bit here and there, folktale, history, science. What was the start of Mega Evolution? We may never know, but I'm hoping Pokemon Legends Zeta A expands on it a little bit more. So let's talk a little bit about why Sun and Moon royally screwed up Mega Evolutions, shall we? Because, oh man, woo! Get ready for it. So, let's talk about Ultra Sun and Moon's Pokedex entries for Mega Pokemon. Apparently, Mega Evolution is causing these Pokemon a world of pain. I mean, seriously, go read some of them. Houndoom's claws and the tip of its tail are melting because of the high internal temperature. Garchomp's arms and wings melt together to form the sides on its arms. Mega Scizor melts if it stays in its Mega form too long. Tyranitar's back splits open. Think about that for a minute. It splits open. Splits. Completely open. The only thing keeping Tyranitar going is its destructive instincts. What? Why? Why? Now, let's talk about my favorite Mega Evolution of all time. Let's talk about Metagross. And you can actually put both of its Pokedex entries together to make it out to be the most evil, tyrannical thing to Mega Evolve. Like, its brain becomes smarter. It becomes a smarter Pokemon, more akin to a supercomputer according to its Pokedex entry. That makes it cruel in its battles. So cruel, in fact, that if it senses it's going to lose, it digs its claws into its opponent and sets off a countdown to explode. That why? Just why? So yeah, I have to do a video on this because there's just so much. There's so much I want to talk about when it comes to Mega Evolution. But that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But I do want to ask you guys a question before I end this off. Do you think that it was a good thing that they brought Mega Evolution back? I know myself and others, especially a lot of content creators, think that Mega Evolution coming back is a good thing. And objectively it really is, because if we're going back to Kalos, we kind of have to have Mega Evolution. You know what I mean? It's like having the red orb and blue orb in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. If you didn't have them, it wouldn't make any sense. But what do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section down below. I really want to know. Do you guys think it's a good idea to bring it back? Do you guys think it's a bad idea? Because if anything about Mega Evolution is a bad idea, it's the fact that it's possible that it's going to stay in Legend Z A and it's not going to be a permanent thing. Which I can understand in a way, but it's kind of not fair in a way as well. But anyway, leave it down in the comment section down below. And if I actually missed anything about Mega Evolution, leave it down in the comment section down below. And I'll probably put it in my video just covering the lore of Mega Evolution. So, hope to see you guys in the next video. My name's DarkHoopa, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Bye!